Yeah, I talked about this yesterday, but I used to use the gray analogless controllers, and I swear the D-pad breaks a lot easier on those, because I've been using this white one, and for like half a year more, like way more than half a year now, and the D-pad still isn't fucked. I don't know how some people do well with DS2. I despise that D-pad. I despise my voice cracks as well. That's two runs that have died to entropy this stream. The other one was a extended slide. Now the second one was an embed. It must be when I hugged Saboom at GDQ. Cursed me. And I got the same embed as him. Next I'll be grinding Bash for 12 hours a day. What have you done to me, Saboom? Oh, do you use the Koji log? Or something? Oh, someone... So we went to this retro game store during GDQ and someone picked up one of those, like, Koji controllers, and I tried it for Crash 1 and it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't understand how in the hell he's able to zigzag well with that thing. Or at all. You think it's easy? Maybe it's just because I'm spoiled with the D-pad, but yeah. I never liked analog zigzag at all, even for like twalk. Really hated it. Yeah, I just think it's funny, like people talk about that giving an advantage, which it doesn't, like it objectively doesn't, but like especially after trying it myself, like no, that's like preference if you can use that, that's not an advantage. I tried someone's controller at GDQ. I think it was at DS1. I was able to do bug light on it, but I still like the analogless way better. I got disconnected from chat again. At least it's only for like a second. I don't think I'm missing chat. Comfort. That's kind of a gray area because, like, in my opinion, if something gives more comfort, it's not an advantage. Because I remember that was talked about back when I used keyboard, like pre-2017 for zigzag, and people thought it made it free when it really didn't. I just had keyboard skills from like 2,000 hours of TF2, which has like platforming in it kind of, and movement that was a bit transferable to Crash, honestly. But anyways, yeah, comfort, less pain, it's not really an advantage in my opinion. Yeah, I only really get pain from zigzag when it's downward, like in Boulder Dash. White Pause is like that too. And he's a zigzagging beast. Yeah, I tried the D-pad too. I mean, Zoe's is probably a different kind of that controller, but the D-pad on the one someone else bought was terrible as well. I think it was one of those controllers where the D-pad buttons are super huge. Alien controller. And it was funny because there was one of those controllers that has that really weird thing where the right analog is for some reason bound to the face buttons. So you pull the analog down, you jump, you pull it left, you spin, etc. And my Puzz made a little challenge to play like the game with just both analogs and nothing else. It was really funny. Yeah, it's constant since there's not much else to do in boulder levels, and also the fact that in any percent at least, you only do downward zigzag majorly at least twice, so just over time as you run the game, you have less time to get used to it. That's my theory on it anyway. Hundo it's 3 times, but still. I felt honored at GDQ to try White Paw's zombie controller. For those who don't know, he's taken the analogs out of that controller completely because that somehow fixed his controller giving him random inputs. And there's a bunch of other damage because he's been using that controller since he started speedrunning. Yeah, it's really beat up, but it still works. I took some pictures of it. I could show it later or something. Actually, wait, no. I should have gone to 7. I think it would have... Yeah, it should be a good cycle in 801, right? Whatever. Okay, I got lucky. Forgot what level to go to for a sec. I am smart. I'm gonna take a gamble and hope I get this, because I imagine it's still worth it more to do this than Dynamite Invincibility. Okay. SMRT. I mean, SMART. Oh yeah, so what's the stance on this game and being in a GDQ? The last time it was in a GDQ was 2015, and it was really terrible from what I remember. Now if Crash 1 gets into SGDQ, which I really hope it does, because that category just as badly needs a modern showing, I think someone should submit this to a future GDQ, like an upcoming GDQ as well. I'd maybe be willing to do it if none of the other Crash 3 people were into going to a GDQ. Yeah, ESA, he got like a 45 with that, right? It's okay. Yeah, Burger. I don't know if Burger's interested in going, because obviously he'd be like a prime choice. Only thing that scares me about this game in marathons is doubleheader. And for 105, like throwing up any fucking relic in the game. And the Warp 6 soft luck I've gotten that no one else has, I guess. Holy moly. Oh, that wasn't a gold. That's just how much time save I have there. Yeah, this category could get in. Just a question of who. Where am I going? I definitely can't go to SGDQ. Which I'll be even more sad about if this Crash 1 Honda race gets in. I'd love to see that IRL or participate in it. That was almost really, really dumb. Yeah, if Rex and Paz are interested in submitting, that's really cool. I really hope it gets in. Because they're perfect for showing off the category. Any of the top 4 could show it off. But I know Koji would never go to GDQ because of finances. Because, yeah, me and White Paws submitted for AGDQ 19, which is the one I went to, but it didn't get in. Yo, Koji, thanks. SCT. Sub 46, I don't know. I have a strong opinion that people who run at GDQ should only be, like, high-level runners. Just because the amount of attention it gets, it needs a really good showing. Whereas with something like smaller marathons, like, yeah, anyone can submit and no one really cares. But yeah, I think if none of the other Crash 3 runners had an interest in going to a GDQ or submitting, I would maybe consider it, because as time has gone on recently, I've started to care about this game more, and I think it needs a modern showing. Damn it. Fuck me, dude. It's so annoying. Yeah, that's reasonable, Koji. Yeah, Zoe, I don't think it's elitist at all, and I'm like someone who's very against elitism. But I don't think that's elitist at all. I think it's just like, it should be unanimous that a big marathon such as that, it should get like one of the best showings possible, because a lot of new runners come from these big events, and if it's a bad showing, then they're not going to want to run it. And for anyone out there who like doesn't care for new runners or whatever, just remember that they can find new strats and shit. Just remember that. But yeah, GDQ, ESA, ASM, NASA, those are the big ones that could attract new runners. Those need good showings, in my opinion. Now the 50 and 45, that one accepts everyone, which is cool, because it's nothing serious, it's just a race. I think it's fine if you accept people with bad times into that, but I think they should agree to be, like, they should be obligated to actually put in the proper practice for that, and not screw over their team. That's my biggest issue with that. Like, you could submit for a bad time, but I would expect someone who submits to something like that, which is getting bigger and bigger, to actually practice and improve their PB a lot by the time the actual race comes around. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. I think one AGDQ there was some really bad no-go runner got in as backup, and it was pretty worrying. And he was on like NTSC-MU or some shit. Like, what the fuck? How does that get in? But yeah, if like there was no one else interested in submitting this and I was going to one, I would maybe consider, as long as Crash 1 had gotten a showing, because I care about that more. But I think if I'm like sub 45 tier, and if I got in, I would improve way past that as well. I think that would be acceptable, but of course I would ask all the other runners if they were okay with it first, and if they weren't, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't have a problem if people didn't want me to, because there's still way better runners. Yeah, Roach's run, I've heard, was kind of bad, but I don't know. I don't know enough about Crash 2 or how it was back in like 2015. I think a lot of praise it gets is just because G-Pro's run was like the GDQ after, and it looks way better in comparison. Kane's run, Crash 1 Hundo, AGDQ 16, could have been worse, I guess, but it was pretty bad at the time. It was an okay showing, but the thing is, back then, there just weren't as many strats and stuff. Like, 2016, Koji can back me up on this, 2016 was like the year where Crash 1 was like revolutionized. Strats changed forever, and the way the game was played changed forever. And that was years ago. Like, it's developed even more, and the times have been brought down by so much. It really needs a modern showing. And I believe either Koji, Rex, Paz, or me could give a good showing. So if Paz and Rex are interested in SGQ, that's really cool if they get in. All really skilled. Wow, I survived that. Ah, it's not too bad. Yo, JP, thanks. Yeah, Crash 2 was the one that had a lot of work, like, in the early days. Crash 1 and 3 were just behind. Crash 3, I don't know, it was just like Saboom, and Saboom was, like, out of the loop from everyone else. And stuff got better documented and more strats found when Dust and people showed up. We all play like a bitch. Bluntz's run at AGDQ last week, I saw that in person, and I noticed, like, nothing wrong with Rico's commentary, dude. Like, honestly, and I'm not just saying that because he's one of my best friends. Like, his commentary was fine, it's just... The thing with GDQs is people will find anything to nitpick. Yeah, that was sketchy. I'm glad those tiles didn't hit me. I've never been in that situation before. Yeah, Dust did do a lot for this game. Definitely. And even though the Crash 1 was revolutionized in 2016, people like Kane and Whip and all that still did a lot for the game. it all goes very uncredited for. Like, I shouted them out in the Crash 1 intro video because it was deserved. Yeah, JP. Like, his commentary was super informative. I didn't feel like I was not understanding something at all for the entire run. And that's really good. It's like, what, did people expect him to just be silent and not explain the unexplainable shit that is Crash speedrunning sometimes? Like, it's so dumb. People just assume constantly. Like, while I was watching Blunts' run at GDQ, I checked my phone and looked at Twitter quickly, and I just saw a bunch of a shitstorm saying, "Oh, Rico's constantly interrupting," and I'm like, "What?" Not noticing any of this. And people saying, "Oh, Whitepaws is bad English just because he had an accent." Like, dude, Whitepaws speaks better English than a lot of native English speakers I know. I've probably heard him fuck up English like once, dude. And I've known him for many years now. It's so dumb. And I love how they call him Purple Shirt Guy when his shirt was blue. Like, I was there in person, I can confirm his shirt was blue. Yo, Jungle. Roach is a fine guy. Like, I talked to Roach at GDQ. I never really talked to him online, but I talked to him a lot at GDQ. I think he's a good guy, honestly. I think he means well. It's just unfortunate he had a lot of beef in the Crash community. But I do think he's a great guy. It can be a bit odd sometimes, but I think he's a good guy, honestly. He was fun to hang out with. I don't know if anyone in chat was saying it wasn't a bad guy. I'm not saying that. I just saw his name brought up again, so I just wanted to say that. Just because GDQ just finished. Spun too much. It's supposed to be 3. Yo, Boom, you think so? I don't know, because, like, the thing is, it was confirmed afterwards that Blunts did want Rico to do most of the commentary because he was nervous, and, like, they planned it out before. And apparently the commentary in the stream went, like, as it was planned, because I remember I saw them practicing before. And, like, Paz said at the start, like, jokingly, but it was true, like, hey, I don't know why I'm here, I run OG, not NST, so he was just saying, just, like, whatever during it. Yeah, we're talking about the GDQ run. Dude, that spot is so laggy. No diamond. I'm doing the any percent category, which is just get to Cortex and beat him as fast as possible, and to do that you only need the crystals. I know I usually do the 105% category, but I felt like playing this. It's been successful so far. I PB'd yesterday. Ugh, it's sloppy. Shit, am I gonna miss that? Okay. Ideally, you'd do well with that invincibility, and that door is just open, but I still made it. Fuck. Okay, I still have this mask for damage abusing if I need. Oh. Can't say I've been in a situation like that before. Should be. Yeah, it's fine. Don't need a damage abuse. Fuck. No, he didn't get in trouble, Cratchit. It's a good question, Boom. This game's questionable. Yeah, I saw Ricky's Jack 3 run in person as well, just because we went up there since Blunt's run was after. It was a pretty entertaining run. Like, in terms of the commentary. Didn't really care for the actual game. But yeah, he dropped the F-bomb, which is like a no shit moment, but he didn't get in trouble for it as far as I'm aware. Like, it was clearly a slip up and not like intentional harm. Ricky means better than that. It's funny, everyone who like doesn't go to GDQ talks about how like you get banned easily from GDQ, but then stuff like this happens, and it's like, he was fine. Let pause speak. It's not good. Okay. Discord link? You mean my personal Discord? Should be a working one in the bio. Just know it's like all just memes. Be able to just post memes there, it's not much else. Yo, Bronzer. Crash Lee's been going well. Alright, my PB Gold's Warp 5, but it's still improvable. But if I don't get the snipe, that is bad. Kind of nervous. I can do better at engine. I've been practicing it. I can do the 1 cycles and stuff, but it's difficult. Okay. Shit. I shouldn't need that. I know what's up here. I don't need to damage abuse. Wait. Okay, I totally misread that. Oh, it's probably because I'm used to seeing the blue gem in 105. Maybe you can't like see it from that far away when it's just the outline. Damn. I should have still just damage abused anyway. I'll do that from now on. Okay, I got the really bad cycle. That's not a good cycle. As far as I'm aware. It's behind a better cycle. Oh, that's good to know, Zoe. I'll try and remember that. Yeah, Crash games are nostalgic. Played them a lot as a kid. Okay, that's a nice snipe to get. Shit. Think of it as the one cycle? Yeah, I see what you mean now. Wow, good patterns for once. On a run where I could actually use them. Oh, that was good. I am gonna do this damage abuse here because I have 2 masks. On the robot, that is. Robot thing. I soiled it. Cool. Down. Soiled it. Soiled it. What time is it in Ontario? It's 2:32 p.m. in my time zone. EST. Flaming ass. Don't be an ass. God damn it. Wasn't sure about that. Yeah, it's where you damage abuse off the left rocket and you land on his head, then do a super slide off him and a jump up the hill. Alright, after the first hole skip here, my gold/PB loses the boost, so that's some time save. It does everything else fine. Easy, no brakes. It's fine. Okay. Oh, thanks for the video of it. Alright. Most important part, I guess. Had to hit the brakes so hard there. Let's go. I don't think my PB had much of a better snipe than that. It's probably about the same. Mines. Hands are cold, which doesn't help. Fuck that shit. Alright, third phase, please don't be a dick. The mines. Let's go! Yeah! Easy peasy, second day. I was so nervous at the end, dude, you have no idea. I was scared, like, is this gonna be the one time I choke Cortex? Because that would so happen. I guess I'll keep going, maybe? Since it's only second day, I might as well try and get better. 44 Club, glad to be in it. Very glad to be in it. Dude, that fourth plane in Mad Bombers, I was... Jesus, dude, I was holding the brake for like 5 seconds. That's some good shit. Yeah, even though this is only the second day back, I was still doing long practice sessions. It's still a solid run. I'm glad I finally got a not totally shit warp 1 in one of these attempts. Yeah, I got Cuddle Skip. I didn't get level 11 invincibility. Didn't the high time suck too? Yeah, there's still like a lot of time save in this. Alright. It's a good way to start off the year. AGDQ in this. It's awesome. Oh, I have to open Discord again. I'm glad it wasn't a 44:59 as well. I beat the goal by a few seconds. That's cool. Downloading update, what? Oh, I have the getting dunked Discord message, like the startup message. That's funny, because I sent that to White Paws once, because dunking is a Crash 1 term for when you get hit by something and instead of it bouncing you up, it knocks you down. It's really annoying. But yeah, thanks for the GGs and the congrats and everyone. Oh, it's been stuck on downloading? That sucks, Cratchit. I don't think I'm consistent either. But just got kinda lucky with this.